Hello friends, welcome to Dev's Coding Hub. Here I am with the third video of the Microsoft Excel series. So let's start with the third video of Microsoft Excel. In this video, we'll understand some workbook operations like creating the workbook, saving the workbook, closing the workbook and opening the workbook. So how to do so? For this you have to start Excel. So this is Microsoft Excel. As we open Microsoft Excel for the first time, the book that is created is book 1 and the application name Microsoft Excel is written in the title bar. So if I want to save this workbook or create a new workbook, suppose I want to create a new workbook, so I have to click on this file tab, go to new and click on blank workbook and then click on create. So now the book that is created is book 2. So this is how we are going to create a new workbook using the file tab. Another way we can create a new workbook is to press a shortcut, and in this case the shortcut will be Control plus N. If we press the Control along with N, we will be able to create a new workbook. So let us try. I'm pressing Control N. As soon as I have completed pressing Control N, see a new workbook by the name Book 3 is created. Now to close this book, this is not saved as yet. I have to click on this close button. Again, now we are in book 2. If I close book 2, as I have written something in the book 2, it is asking me to save the workbook 2. Do you want to save changes you made in book 2? I don't want to save this, so I will click on don't save. Now back to book 1 again. Now if I want to save this workbook, 2 ways I can save this workbook. First one, to click on the file tab and then click on save. If I click on save, I'll get the save as dialog box. By default, all MS Excel files are stored under documents folder. I can change it by going to computer and then any drive I can select to save my file. Suppose I am saving the file in D drive. And the folder I will choose is most essential. And then Dev's Coding Hub. Now the book name is book 1 by default. If I want to change this, I have to select this file name and type the new name. Suppose I am typing the file name as file 1 and then I have to click on save to complete the operation. Now as we have saved the file, the workbook, we can see in the title bar the name book 1 is changed to file 1. And again I'll create a new workbook by pressing Control N. Now this is book 4. If I want to save this workbook using shortcut, what I can do, I can press the Control and the S key. So if I press Ctrl and S together, I'll be able to save the workbook. So let us press Ctrl S, Ctrl S. Again I'll get the Save As dialog box, as because I'm saving the file for the first time. Then I'll simply type, I'll not change the location now, as it is already depth coding up. So I'll make it file 2 now. And again I'll click on Save. Remember, whenever we are saving a file for the first time, you always get the Save As dialog box. No matter I've clicked on Save or Save As, I'll definitely get Save As dialog box. So this is how I will be saving and workbook. The next operation we're going to perform is to close the workbook. I've already shown how to close the workbook by clicking on this close button against the file tab. And again, what I can do, I can click on the file tab and then I can click on close to close the workbook. Let us create one more workbook by pressing Ctrl N. Now the book 5 is given as the name of the new workbook. Now using shortcut, you can also close this workbook. So the shortcut we need to press is Ctrl plus F4. If I hold on the Control key and press the F4 function key once, I'll be able to close the workbook. So let us see how we can close the workbook by using this shortcut. I'm pressing Ctrl and F4 together. See, as because I have written something in the workbook, it is again asking me to save the workbook. I don't want to save the workbook. I'll click on Don't Save. So if I create a new workbook, and don't write anything here, I can directly press Ctrl F4 to close this workbook, which is named as Book 6. Let us see this. Ctrl F4. It is closed. So without writing, if I want to close the workbook, it will automatically close without asking me to save it. But if I have typed something, then I'll be definitely asked by Microsoft Excel environment to save the file, or whether I want to save the file or not. And the fourth operation, which will be opening a file. Now opening a file means an existing file is there, I want to open it. Now file 1 is already opened. As I have created one more file called file 2, I want to open that file. So for doing so, I need to click on the file tab again. I will click on open, and then as because we are already there in Depth Coding Hub, I can easily see the file 2. I can double click on the file 2, or what I can do, I can select the file 2 and click on open to open the file. See, the file 2 is opened. Again I am closing the file. I can open this file by pressing a shortcut also. The shortcut for opening the file is Ctrl plus O. Here O stands for open. So if I hold down the Control key and click on, don't click on, actually press the O key, I will be able to save the file. I am pressing Ctrl O. I am selecting file 2 to open, or I am double clicking on the file 2 to open. So this is how, by using shortcut, we can open a file. Now after we have completed creating, saving, closing and opening of workbooks or Excel files, we'll go to the next topic. The next topic we'll go for is selecting cells. How we can select cell? We can select a cell or series of cells called cell range by using the mouse or using keyboard. So let us see how we can select cells by using mouse or by using keyboard. Suppose using mouse I want to select a particular cell, the cell D4. So I'll directly go to column D and against row 4 I'll click there. So this is intersection of D and 4. Now the name box is showing D4 as because I clicked on the D4 cell. And this cell is the active cell now, as I have already selected the cell. Now if I want to select a cell range using mouse, by the way, cell range is a continuous selection of cells. So what I can do, I can click on the first cell and drag either horizontally to select it as a cell range, or I can click on a cell and drag vertically to make the selection. Or I can select a particular cell and drag diagonally to go for both row wise and column wise selection. Now the selected cells are highlighted and this is called a cell range. Now let us see how a cell range is depicted in Microsoft Excel. To do so, we'll do a smart thing. We'll put a semicolon equal sign in a cell. So equal sign always starts a formula. We'll click on a particular cell after that and drag up to a particular limit. As this selection is made column wise, the column name will remain the same. So column name will always remain A. But the starting row, which is 3, and the ending row, which is 11, will be reflected in this selection. So selection from A3 to A11 is depicted in Microsoft Excel by A3 colon A11. Similarly, if I select across columns in a particular row, this is third row. For this cell range, row will remain static, but the columns will be changed. The starting column is B, so we are starting from column B and row 3, that is P3, it is reflected here, and we have selected up to column F and the row is static, which is 3. So B3 colon F3 is the range that we have selected. Now if we go diagonally, the top left corner cell and the bottom right corner cell will be reflected in the cell range, as it is V5 for the top left cell and E11 for the bottom right cell. So the cell range is reflected or depicted as B5 colon E11. Let us press escape. Now if I want to select particular cell using mouse, I have to use the arrow keys. I am using up arrow key. Suppose I want to select D4, left arrow, then down arrow to select this. If I want to select a cell range using keyboard, I can click on the first cell, hold down the shift key and press the left arrow or right arrow or down arrow or up arrow to make appropriate selections. Now if I want to select D3 to K11, what I can do? First I can click on the D3 cell, then I can hold down the shift key and go up to K cell by pressing right arrow key, and then I need to press the down arrow key to come down up to row 11. That will make a selection from D3 to K11. So this is how we can make a selection using mouse or keyboard. The next topic is how to make an extended selection. Now what is an extended selection? Extended selection is nothing but extending an already selected cell range. So let us see how we can do so. We have a selection already. Now if I want to extend this selection from D3 to M12, what you can do, we can again hold down the shift key and press right arrow to go to M and down arrow to go to 12. Now this is D3 to M12. Another thing we can do, we can press the F8 key. If we press the F8 key, we need not have to use the shift key for extended selection. Let us see how we can do so by using F8 key. I am pressing the F8 key. Now I want to extend the selection to M14, D3 to M14. So as I have already pressed F8 key, in the status bar I will be able to see that extended selection or extend selection option is active. Now I can just click the down arrow, press the down arrow twice to extend the selection. Similarly, I can reduce the selection also by pressing left arrow and up arrow. Remember, whenever we do any kind of extended selection, the starting cell never changes. If I go on pressing up arrow key, I will go above, but D3 cell will not be changed. If I press left arrow, D3 will not be changed. Now instead of becoming the top left corner cell, D3 is becoming the bottom right corner cell. But the pivot point of D3 will be always there. Now to come out of the extended selection, so that you can click on other cells. As you can see, if I click on other cells, it is extending the selection or shrinking the selection. So to come out of this after extended selection, we'll again press F8 key or escape. I'm pressing F8. As you can see in the status bar, extended selection is removed. Now if I am clicking on some other cell, it will be selected. This is how we will be doing extended selections. Now the next thing, is to select multiple ranges simultaneously. Remember, by pressing Shift, we can only make contiguous selections. But for doing random selections of ranges, we need to do something else. Let us see how to select multiple ranges in Excel. Suppose I have made a selection by using the mouse. I want to select F4 to H6, and I want to keep this primary selection or the first selection active. So I need to do a random selection, as because there is a gap between these two selected cells. All the cells that are selected are not adjacent. So we'll hold on the control key, click on the F4 and again drag up to H6. Now we can see we have we have done a random selection of two different cell ranges. Now whether they are selected or not, we can easily understand, as because they are highlighted. We can fill this two selections by using this fill color to see that the selection is made. This is how we will be making random selection. For random selection, we need to hold down the control key and make selections. The next topic is selecting using GoTo. Remember, by using GoTo, you can also select cell ranges. To do so, let us go to Microsoft Excel again. Suppose we want to select from the cell B8 to H12. So what I should do is to click on the top left corner of the selection. So it is B8, I have clicked on the B8 cell. So the current selected cell is what? B8. Now for activating or invoking GoTo, I have to either press F5 or Ctrl G. I am pressing F5 function key this time. So you'll get the reference of the B8 cell in the reference box. Then you have to put a colon sign, and then I should write H12, up to which I want to select. Then I'll click on OK. Now this is how we are going to select a cell range using GoTo. So that's all for today. We'll meet again in the next video. In the lockdown period, I haven't been able to purchase a microphone for you, so please bear with the sound, noisy sound. If you have liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and please click on the notification bell so that you can get to know about the uploaded videos.